Donald Drumpf just cannot keep its mouth shut long enough to even seem sensible or reasonable. The fake billionaire has to open its mouth every second, giving us the impetus to do frequent videos exposing the fake billionaire and perpetual liar for what it is. Drumpf has just announced that he is the law and order candidate.
I am the law and order candidate.
Which is the equivalent of Hitler saying he is the candidate of tolerance and understanding and compassion. It's one of the most ridiculous things that perpetual liar and fake billionaire Donald Drumpf has said to date. If there is one thing Drumpf isn't, it's a candidate that's for or about law or order. Drumpf is a divisive, bitter, fake billionaire, a racist, a sexist, and an intolerant anti-American who wants to stifle what America is all about. America is a melting pot that invites people in.
Are you from Mexico? Are you from Mexico? Huh? Are you from Mexico? All right, get out of here. Get out.
Drumpf's in New York much of the time. Why doesn't that rat-headed twat wander his fat ass over to the Statue of Liberty and take a little read of what it says? Because Drumpf hasn't the slightest clue what America is about or is founded on. He is an absolute anti-American fucktard. He should be deported back to one of the countries where his immigrant parents and grandparents came from. Drumpf is going to be the candidate of law and order. Right. By announcing that he would commit torture and war crimes, illegal acts, internationally illegal, not to mention that they're illegal within the United States of America. Drumpf would violate an international law, the kind of international law that Bush violated by creating Abu Ghraib prison and torturing innocent Iraqis in a country who hadn't provoked or attacked us. We were attacked by a handful of Saudi Arabians, so George Bush started torturing Iraqis, which the leader of ISIL said was the single cause of the formation of ISIL. So we owe the Republicans for lying to us all, and George W. Bush, a war criminal, for lying to us all for creating ISIL, which seems to be the #1 terrorist threat internationally right now. So Drumpf would not only violate the law, but create chaos and disorder. He literally would be the organizer of absolute chaos and create international tension against the United States of America with such a divisive, horrible, and internationally despicable action that it would literally launch the world into a unified attack on America. No more dangerous words have ever been uttered than Drumpf's, especially while entertaining the idea of running for president. This guy is the biggest joke and the biggest representative danger to America that we have ever had, bar none. On top of that, the candidate of law and order has also already broken the law by inciting violence at his rallies.
If you see somebody getting ready to throw a tomato, knock the crap out of them, would you? Seriously. Okay? Just knock the hell. I promise you, I will pay for the legal fees, I promise. I love the old days. You know what they used to do to guys like that when they were in a place like this? They'd be carried out on a stretcher, folks. We don't want to be too politically correct anymore, right, folks?
Drumpf has physically told on the record his Klan members at his Klan rallies to beat up fellow Americans, and if they should injure those fellow Americans during these violent, hostile, nasty reactions to their free speech, whether it's politically correct or not, and if it is politically correct, Drumpf doesn't sponsor that. He's a sponsor of political incorrectness. So when those fellow Americans act politically incorrect, Drumpf has told his Klansmen and Klanswomen to throw them out violently, and should they injure them, hurt them physically, then Drumpf, as he stated, will pay for their legal fees and expenses.
Knock the hell. I promise you, I will pay for the legal fees, I promise.
Even saying that lets you know that Drumpf knows causing that kind of problem, physical violence and injuring people, is actually something that is going to result in police action or legal action against those people. So he's already stating that if they should be hurt by his audience members, his Klanspeople, then he will go ahead and take care of the legal responsibilities that were caused by that disorder and the illegal behavior. There is no more divisive, asshole-ish, anti-American piece of shit in this country than Donald Drumpf, the perpetual debtor and fake billionaire. Drumpf also wants to commit illegal actions by banning Muslims, which is against the law of America. The candidate of law and order has to be one of the funniest things ever, coming from one of the biggest idiots and most perpetual, petulant assholes on the planet. Drumpf's repugnant ideas are the most vile and anti-American ever proffered. And who is this fucktard offering those ridiculous, anti-American, and highly illegal ideas to? White trash. The same people where he got his Jewish star tweet and his fake black crime statistics. This guy is going to unify. This is his pledge that he's going to unify. This guy bankrupted a casino and is saying that nobody knows more about finance and the economy than me. Yeah, that's why he started Trump Mortgage right at the very worst time in history, preceding the Bush collapse of the housing market and the mortgage market. Drumpf knows about as much as Sarah Palin does about anything. That is a simple fact. Drumpf said he knows more about ISIS than the generals do.
I know more about ISIS than the generals do, believe me.
Drumpf knows more about everything than everyone does, which has to be the dumbest thing ever. If you actually believe that Drumpf has any interest in following the law, just take a look at the Drumpf RICO fraud case and the kinds of things he did in order to swindle and bamboozle absolutely stupid, poor, uneducated, and vulnerable Americans. If you actually believe that Drumpf is the candidate of law and order, you literally need medication. You need a team of psychiatrists. You need to have your head opened up and see if there's anything in it at all. Our guess, you could use that thing to plant a fern in. Drumpf is a divisive piece of shit, an anti-American, has never followed the law in his entire life, ever. If Drumpf wants to impress America with his business acumen and his financial acuity, there's one way to do it. Let's have a look at those taxes. Yeah, that's going to happen. All they do is prove that the guy's a phony. He has no money, he has no brains, and he has no interest in law and order. He panders to the lowest common denominator, white trash, white scum premicists, white KKK types. That's Drumpf's audience. America won't have it. It's going to be a massive landslide victory for President Hillary R. Clinton. And Drumpf will never follow the law. Once he's found liable for the RICO fraud cases, the two of them, he's going to have to pay back millions to those poor fools that actually believed what Drumpf said. Nobody else does, though. You'd have to be an idiot to believe that bullshitter.